Hey guys, Marco here for another fingerstyle lesson. Today I want to talk to you about fingerstyle and I want to show you the most simple fingerpicking pattern that you will ever play. Now, one thing really important, guys, and I'm talking to obviously all my subscribers, but especially to my beginner friends. Simple stuff doesn't mean boring stuff, okay? You can still learn a very simple plucking pattern and make it sound beautiful. Now, I'm talking to my beginner subscribers just because I see a lot of people, when they start playing fingerstyle, they start with simple stuff, but they focus too much on the technique and they forget about the musicality and they forget about, give an interpretation to everything they play. And so in today's lesson, I want to show you, yes, indeed, the most simple plucking pattern that you will ever play, but at the same time, I also want to show you how you can give a beautiful interpretation to the things that you play. Now, the chord progression we're checking out today is just awesome and beautiful already, okay? But you could do that with any chord progression on any melody, okay? Now, we're going to take it step by step. You can get the tab, check my Patreon page, and guys, subscribe to the channel because we post stuff on a weekly basis and we try to make your playing better. All right, now let's get started and let's learn this awesome, beautiful fingerpicking pattern. All right, guys, let's get started. Now, first thing first, the plucking pattern. There are three things that you really have to follow with the right hand in order to make it right. All right. Now, first thing is the thumb is going to be playing always the bottom three strings, which could be either the fourth string, the fifth string, or the sixth string. Okay. And then we're going to assign a finger to each string. So the index finger is always on the third string. The middle finger is always on the second string, the B string, and the ring finger is always on the first string, right? And we're never going to change that. The only thing that will change is obviously the thumb plucking either the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth string, all right? That's basic. Now, there are three things that you got to follow, okay? First of all, thumb always in front of the fingers, right? So that you can pluck downward without kicking the index finger. You never want to end up playing like this, all right? Or like this. Okay, so thumb in front of the fingers, fingers 45-degree angle. That's the second rule, extremely important, a 45-degree angle, so that you can beautifully pluck upward without kicking the thumb. Okay, so the thumb pluck downward, the fingers pluck upward. Okay, and the third thing, guys, make sure that you articulate. Okay, so you're gonna move your fingers using your knuckles. Okay. You don't want to try to move as less as possible because that will give you just a tiny little sound, alright, and it doesn't work. So when you pluck with the thumb, always prepare and then you strike. And then when you pluck with the fingers, prepare and then you strike. Alright, these are the three main rules, extremely important. Take it step by step and take your time really trying to figure things out so that you can get started in an awesome way. Now, let's go to the next thing, the chord progression, the plucking pattern, and everything. Let's have a close-up and let's get started. The plucking pattern is in triplets, and so it's 3 notes. There are 4 patterns for each chord, and the first pattern is always thumb and ring. Then you have the second finger on the middle finger on the second string, and the index finger on the third string. Okay, so you have 1, and then the second, third, and fourth pattern we will only play the top 3 strings. Okay, without the bass note. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you let it ring out, extremely important. Now the chord progression is also very simple. You have E minor, A minor, D major, G major, C major, B7, and D diminished, D sharp, okay? And back to the E minor. Now we're gonna play some really cool triads here to make the chord progression sound a little bit more classic, okay? And we're gonna start with the first chord, the E minor chord. We're going to play the first string fret number 3, the second string fret number 5, and the third string fret number 4, okay? This is an E minor chord, which is just like a D minor chord, 2 frets up. Now the secret here, guys, is to, if you want to make you know, the chords and the picking pattern really work and sound beautiful, you have to use what I call the over ringing technique. So you have to let this chord ring out beautifully. And so when you perform the plucking pattern, 3 and 4, you have to make sure that the bass note ring out throughout the 4 patterns, and also the chords. Okay, you want to make sure that you position the fingers so that each string rings out. Okay, so 2, 3 and 4. Can you see the 6th string still ringing out? When I move on to the second chord, what I'll do is I'm going to slow down a little bit before I make the chord change, and so I will have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say when I play the second and the third string, I will slow down, which is a technique that we call ritenuto, and it's just slowing down right before we change the chord, so that we can make the chord change, you know, like sound less choppy. And so E minor, the second chord, sorry, is A minor. Now we play the A minor on the fret number 5. It's just a bar chord. First, second, and third string fret 5. The same picking pattern. This time the thumb is on the 5th string, and I will have 5th and 1st string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So again, when I play the A minor, the last 2 strings, I'm just going to perform this ritenuto. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the D major chord, which is a very basic chord, 4th open, which is played with the thumb, 3rd string fret 2, 2nd string fret 3, and the 1st string fret 2. Simple arpeggio. 2, 3, 4. And again, guys, ritenuto on the 2nd and the 3rd string, the last 2 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a beautiful G major chord. That's a very basic chord. 6th string fret number 3, 1st string fret number 3, and also the 2nd and the 3rd open. Same plucking pattern. This time the thumb is on the 6th string. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ritenuto again, okay? 2, 3, 4. C major, okay? So the C major is another basic chord. We're gonna play the 5th string fret number 3 and the 2nd string fret number 1, okay? Also the 3rd and the 1st open. The thumb is on the 5th string, and we pluck that simultaneously with 5th and 1st. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the B7, which is a kind of a tricky chord. You gotta be careful with this one. 5th string fret 2, 3rd string fret 2, the 2nd open, and the 1st string fret 2. Okay. Now, if you are a beginner, you're gonna see, like, in order to make this 2nd string, you know, beautifully ring out, you have to adjust the wrist position, the left hand angle a little bit to free the 2nd string. Okay, because it's kind of stuck between 2 fingers. So it's easy to block it. So make sure that you change the left hand angle. The plucking pattern is the same, 5th string with the thumb, and then the 1st string simultaneously with the ring finger. 1, 2. And we're only gonna play 2 patterns. The first one with the thumb, and then the other one with just the top 3 strings. And the reason why we do that is because after we play the B7 twice, we're gonna play a D sharp diminished chord. Okay, so what you're gonna do, you wanna keep the top 2 strings as they are, and you wanna add the 4th string fret number 1 and the 2nd string fret number 1. Okay, this is a beautiful diminished chord. It's D sharp diminished. Okay, and so we have B7, 2 diminished chord, where we're gonna be playing the thumb with the 4th string. Sorry, the 4th string with the thumb and the 1st string, 2nd and 3rd. Okay. And then we're gonna slide this chord 3 frets up. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's exactly the same shape. 4th string fret number 4, 3rd string fret number 5, 2nd string fret 4, and the 1st string fret 5. Same chord, guys. Just one time. Okay. So you have B7, D sharp diminished, F sharp. Okay, just one time with a beautiful ritenuto here. It's kind of a little bit more pronounced as well. And we finish with the E minor chord. Okay, so I play the triad, the chord twice. 1, 2, and I finish with the 6th open and the 1st string fret number 12. Alright, so as you can see guys, the ritenuto is extremely important because we'll give a completely different interpretation to the music. Okay, so you really want to take it step by step and let me know if you like the lesson. Talk to you next time.